8 people are here. What is visible is saying hello first. Okay. Thank you, visible, for being visible. Upadhyay ji is saying Jai Dwarkadish sir, Jai Dwarkadish, Krishna. Sumanadak is saying Hare Krishna, Pranam, Pranam, Pranam. Upadhyay ji is saying audible and visible. Indeed. I hope I'm audible. Okay. Smruti Panda ji saying Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Shraddha Hazarika is saying hello sir from Delhi. How are you? I am very good. Shraddha, how are you doing? I hope you are fine in Delhi. Devashish ji is saying hello. CK ji is saying hello. Hello Devashish ji. Hello CK. Sridhar ji is saying Sridhar. All right. Sachin's Sajeev is saying pranam, pranam. All right. Okay, so why 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 are we live today? There's a very, very, very interesting thing which will happen in the sky after a week. So we are at the end of February, and then as March begins, it's the date 7th March, which is the conjunction of Saturn and Venus in the sign of Aquarius. This happens almost once every year when Saturn and Venus come together, because Venus, as you know, he goes around every zodiac sign for around 25 days. So therefore you will always see, sometimes if Saturn is about to change the sign, and that time if Venus gets conjunct, then the conjunction can be there for almost 2 months. Okay. But this time it's not like that. This time it's only for 25 days. So till 31st of March, this conjunction is there. Okay. So there's a very, very, very interesting conjunction which happens every year and brings similar flavors. Okay. And especially for 2-3 years, it brings very similar flavors, because Saturn will stay in one sign for 2-3 years, and so Venus keeps coming and the same sign gets activated always. But this year, since 2024 is the year of Saturn, because if you add the numbers, it becomes 8, which is the number of Saturn in numerology. So therefore this conjunction, this year, whenever a planet is conjunct Saturn, then that planet or that conjunction becomes very, very, very important, because it is conjunct the planet which is signifying the year, which is Saturn. And as of now, as today, as I'm making this video, if I check drikpanchang.com, let me open drikpanchang.com. Okay, so 29th February today, Mars, Venus are conjunct the sign of Capricorn. And then we have Sun, Saturn, Mercury. Sun, Saturn, Mercury, all three planets together in the sign of Aquarius. And of course, Rahu is in the sign of Pisces. So today, as I'm making this video, Moon is in Swati Nakshatra, okay, which is in Libra. Guru is, as usual, as expected, in the sign of Bharani Nakshatra in Aries. And of course, Ketu is directly opposite to Rahu, which is in the sign of Virgo. All right. So therefore, now after 7 days, Venus will leave Mars. Okay. Venus will get rid of Mars and go and join with Saturn. Wow, what a conjunction, right? Getting rid of one malefic and getting together with another malefic. Okay, it's like, what do they say in medical science? The treatment is worse than the cure. Okay, something like that. Okay, not exactly. So Saturn, as you know, he is in Shatabhisha Nakshatra. Okay, and after Shatabhisha, he will go to Purva Bhadrapada, and I've already made that video. If you have not watched it, then please watch it. So Venus, as of today, is in Shravan Nakshatra. So it is showing some kind of silence. Okay, Shravan is the nakshatra which speaks you through silence. People think Shravan Nakshatra is the nakshatra of silence. Well, it is and it is not. It is not a nakshatra which makes everything silent in your life. Okay, Shravan Nakshatra speaks to you, but by making you silent. So what happens when you are silent? You hear the voice within. All right. So that's exactly what we are going to discuss today. So let's welcome the other people here. Around 50 people are here, I see. What is Sachin Sajeev is saying Pranam. Devanshi ji is saying hello, sir. Real Freedom is saying Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Saurabh Raghunath, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Harini ji is here. Mohit ji is here. Ramesh ji has retracted the message. Wine Lady, hello from Colorado, USA. Oh, that's great. Thank you for joining from the other part of the world. And please let me know in the comments, in the chat, sorry, which part of the world you are joining from. I think two people have mentioned. Shraddha has mentioned, and Wine Lady has mentioned. Okay, Sridhar ji saying, Sridhar Jai Shri Krishna. Visible is saying, sir, have you taken initiation? Not yet. Sabri Prasad Singh is saying, sir, Pranam, Pranam. Tin is saying, Hare Krishna. All right. CK is saying, I have Saturn Venus conjunction in Aquarius. Okay. More prominent for you. Pankaj Kumar, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. For Aquarius ascendant, kindly tell it's Lagan Lord, ninth Lord. Okay. So Pankaj Kumarji, you need to understand that I can speak what will happen for every ascendant, but it's not necessary that the exact same thing will happen. Okay, but anyways, we can touch on it. And for Aquarius and Capricorn, and even more for Libra Lagna and Taurus Lagna, it will be more prominent. Okay, because Venus is the planet which is getting hemmed between these two malefics now. Okay, Upadhyay ji is saying for Libra in fifth house happening this conjunction. Indeed, yes, Saturn is in your fifth house. Sunita ji is Sunitha Surampalli is saying hi. Tried 6 weeks remedy once again as suggested by you, but failed to get job. Unemployed for 20 months. My God. Parents not caring as don't have money. Please pray for me. Sunita ji, in my experience, somehow I don't know what is the reason. I can't figure it out. But for some reason, this remedy does not work with most of the women who do it, and it is primarily because of the monthly cycles, as I said. And this is something I have experienced, and this is very unfortunate. Every day I get messages, mails, comments by men, especially telling me this remedy works. But whenever I see the comments from women, I don't understand why this doesn't work so well. Okay, but what I could tell you is. Please try it once more, and even if it doesn't work, then please accept it as your destiny. But something should happen at least when you do this remedy. So if nothing is happening, then maybe there's something which could be going wrong in the remedial process without your knowledge. Okay, so again, I don't mean to offend you by saying that you are doing it wrong, but you need to really cross check and make sure you are doing it right. Okay, because there are people who said that they have got better jobs, or some people have said they've got something very big. Some people said we got something which was already expected, but very few people tell me that it has no result, and you are telling me you have been doing it multiple times and it is giving you no result. Okay, now, this is a bit suspicious. Okay, so please check the video and do it once more, and even if it doesn't work, then well, accept it as your destiny, and do whatever you can, do the best that you can to get some employment. That's what you can do, right? Please pray for me, as you said. Yes, I will surely pray for you. I hope that your financial situation improves. Yogesh P is saying Hare Krishna. Upadhyay ji is saying Dwarka, Gujarat. Oh, that's great. Manjula ji is saying hi, Hyderabad, India. That's great. I was in Hyderabad almost 15 years back. What is this? Upadhyay ji saying again inviting, do come to Dwarka, Gujarat. Yes, for sure. Upadhyay ji, Gujarat is a place I have not explored. I've never been there. Hopefully someday. Okay, that's great. So many people are here. All right. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to discuss this conjunction of Venus with Saturn. Now, you could say this is a conjunction of Saturn and Venus, or you could say Venus and Saturn. It's the same, but still so different, right? Anybody understands what is the what? Can anybody write in the chat? Let me see. Or if you are watching this later, in the comments, what is the difference between a Saturn Venus conjunction and a Venus Saturn conjunction? All right, let's see if somebody can write. Okay, somebody can explain. So please, around 70 people are here. Try your best. Okay, let's see. Nonetheless, so this conjunction is happening in a great sign. Which is that great sign? Well, it's the sign of Aquarius. What's so great about this sign? The great thing about Aquarius is, first of all, Saturn gets Mool Trikon in Aquarius. Mool Trikon is the second best position for a planet, mm, after exaltation. Okay, so it's excellent. And Venus gets Mool Trikon in another air sign, which is Libra. Okay, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, these are trines to each other. They are in 159 to each other. Okay, so therefore Aquarius is a phenomenal sign for Saturn Venus conjunction to occur. Okay, and added to the fact, both of them are natural friends. Okay, but here is a but which you should not forget. Now, these two planets are natural friends, but yet they are representing totally opposite parameters. They represent things which are completely bizarre and opposite. Bizarre in the sense, how in the universe, why has Parashar Muni said that Saturn and Venus are friends? Have you ever heard a person? I mean, can you fathom a person who is very attractive and beautiful and charming is very much friendly or loves to hang out with a very old person? Can you just think of this idea? Not in the first place, right? So, but why are these two planets natural friends? If you see, well, one thing that is common in both of them is they both are Asuric. Okay, both are Asuras. Okay, now Asuras means there are two groups, right? One is the Sura, another is the Asura. Okay, so in the Suras, the Devatas, the Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Mars, they come, and then Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, and Mercury, Venus, they come under the Asuras. Okay, so this is the conjunction of two Asuric planets. Okay, now of course Venus is Shukracharya, the guru of the Asuras. Okay, I mean literally Saturn, Venus, they are not like literal Asuras, but when in astrology we say Sura versus Asura, this is more not in terms of morality or dharma adharma, or it's not in terms of religiousness or atheism. It is more in terms of the spiritual stuff and the material stuff. Okay, so if you see the Suras, Sun, Moon, Jupiter, Mars, they primarily encourage you to be more spiritual. Like the Sun is the significator of light, right? Surya is Jyotish, basically, because the sun gives you light. It's like the light which a guru gives to you when you are in darkness. Okay, and then the moon represents emotions and connecting to God emotionally, bhakti yoga. And Mars represents all this, fire, yagya, austerities, and all this. Saturn also, by the way. And Jupiter, of course, is the traditional divine knowledge which comes from a guru. And then you have the Asuras like Mercury, you have Venus. So With the asuras, there's one of the two things: either there is extreme happiness or extreme misery. Okay, so this is very interesting with the suras and asuras, which means whenever two asuric planets they come together. Okay, so I'll repeat again: the asuras are not the malefics. They are not bad planets. They are planets which make you more conscious of the material realm. Okay, for example, they do it by one of the two means: either they give you too much pleasure or too much suffering. Okay, so who are these asuras? So one is Venus. Venus primarily at its pinnacle, at its best, represents the pleasure of sexuality, the orgasmic pleasure which you get when you unite with somebody. So it's like the peak heavenly pleasure, because the pleasure of orgasm that you get is extremely high, and that is one of the pleasures of the Swargaloka actually. Okay, which is given to the residents of the Bhuloka, which are people like you and me, for a very short period of time. Okay, but in Swargaloka, this pleasure of orgasm is available for a very, very, very long period of time. Okay, or all the time basically. And then you have Mercury. Mercury is the planet which gives you wealth. So wealth gives you power. You can buy luxuries through it. You can enjoy in this world. So these are two planets which make you very conscious. Imagine a person who has a lot of luxuries and love, romance, and all this. So then the person becomes very conscious of himself. How is he looking? What is he talking? How is he? How are people perceiving him? How much money does he have? How much show off is he doing? Okay, so these two planets make you extremely conscious of your material identity and existence, and that is why they are asuras, even though they are great benefics. Okay, they are shubh grahas, but they are asuras. I mean, that's bizarre. Okay, and then we have Saturn, Rahu, Ketu. What they do is they give you extreme suffering. Like Saturn represents the pain of a person who has been ignored, or a person who has been left alone. Okay, so have you ever been ignored by someone? Have you ever been kicked out of someone's life or some circle or some? Saturn is a person who has been dejected basically, like, okay, who has been rejected, dejected. All the ectets are okay. So, and then Rahu is representing shocks basically. Okay, so what happens when you get an electric shock? You touch, then boom, you get shocked, right? It's like very high current. It's like you haven't experienced that much in such a short span of time. So that is Rahu. You touch this and it's like shot, it blasts you. Okay, and then you have Ketu. Ketu is, what is Ketu? You are confused. Okay, Ketu shows confusion. And when Ketu is there, what happens? You you feel like, why are you even existing? Because Ketu doesn't have the head. Okay, so Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, they are also malefics and they are also asuras. So which means when they are malefics, they spoil the ambience, and when they are asuras, they will also make you more conscious. Okay, when you are crying, you are shocked, you are confused, what happens? You are cursing yourself, you are cursing your karma, your horoscope, you are cursing God, you are cursing people around you, right? Most of the people do that. So you become very conscious. Oh, I don't have money, I am not married, I am divorced, I am this, I am that, my marriage is bad, my children are not talking to me, this is not there, that is not there. So you become extremely conscious of your shortcomings. And Mercury Venus gives you extreme pleasure to such an extent that you don't feel the need for God. Okay, so Mercury Venus, they will give you things in such a way which will make you forgetful of God by default. Okay, and Saturn, Rahu, Ketu will give you things by which even if you want, you can't remember God because you are in so much misery. Okay, now of course great souls can do that, but in general. Okay, so therefore now when two asuras are coming together, what happens? One asura is a Shubh Graha, which is Venus, and the other asura is is a papgra, which is like Saturn. Okay, so now it's like saying a planet which is supposed to give you so much happiness and pleasure that you forget God, is now with a planet which gives you so much suffering that even if you want, you can't remember God. That is what this conjunction is. Okay, so therefore, when these two planets, they combine, they conjunct with each other, you may start to feel a bit restricted in your pleasures. So now when you get restricted, what happens? You start to see the limitations more and more. Okay, limitations in your enjoyment. But because because of the limitations, now what happens is you start focusing in certain area of life. Okay, and that's what we will discuss a bit more. I see many people are here, almost more than 100 people. Okay, what is this? Where did I leave? Priya Tripathi is saying hi sir, namaste from Kanpur. Okay, Dr. Anjali ji, Dayananda ji is giving namaste, 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 Dayanand ji. I hope you are good. Thank you very much for sharing my posts and videos to Instagram always. Uh, Priya ji saying I have Saturn as DK and Venus has 8 ATMK conjunct in Pisces. Okay, it's a good time for doing spiritual practices indeed, Priya ji. K. Givagan is saying hello from Singapore. Rahu Venus Dasha starts in 6 days. Capricorn, okay. Wish you all the best. Rahu Venus Dasha. Sunita ji is saying I don't have cycles, no gaps in between. Ah, okay. You are talking of the 6 weeks money remedy. In between doing mine is Gemini moon. Again, in that case, you can try it once again, madam, and if it doesn't work, then please accept it as the will of God and the will of destiny. There's nothing much you can do. And as I said, for some reason, I don't know, I wish I find the reason someday, but this remedy does not work. I mean, with women I've seen 70 only 60-70% of the women, they say this actually works, and with remaining 30-40% it doesn't work again. I don't know why, but that's how it is. So whenever a woman is telling me that this remedy is not working, I'm not very surprised, unfortunately. Captain Jay K is saying Jai Shri Krishna. Akshay Pradhan is saying hello sir. Venus is Atmakara conjunct with Saturn. Okay, Venus Atmakara conjunct Saturn. Good for luxuries, but you need to be careful. Okay. Smriti ji is saying Saturn Mother started from 23rd December last year. Leo and Virgo. Please sir, what precautions? Well, I can't say what will happen to you because for that I have to analyze your chart in detail. But I have a lot of videos on Saturn. So when Saturn Mahadasha Antardasha is there, you really need to learn what Saturn is. Okay, because now Saturn is a very strict disciplinarian. Okay, you can't just be yourself and you can't just like do whatever you want. So you have to be a bit, as they say, either fall in line or fall by the side. All right, so you can watch my videos on Saturn, Smriti ji. Okay. Okay, Mahaji is asking some question. Well, I can't say what Saturn will give. I have to check the chart. Your D1 Bhav chart, D9. Please, I can't say it like this. I need to check the overall chart. Okay, Chris is saying my zodiac sign is Aquarius. Well, what do you mean by zodiac sign? Is it your Lagna, your ascendant, or is it your sun sign or your moon sign? Please specify that. Reena ji is saying degree wise it gives different results. Okay, okay, you mean about the Saturn Venus conjunction, I guess. Tintin is saying degree difference where Saturn is following Venus or Venus is following Saturn. Not so much in terms of degrees, but nonetheless, good try. Saturn Venus restriction in love. Venus Saturn approach to love is practical. Very good, very 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 good. Very good, very good. Padhyaji is saying Venus joins Saturn means comforts to hard work. Saturn joins Venus means during hard work, some pleasure for life. Okay, not bad. Mm, Angel or is saying Hare Krishna. Mars is writing Mars Venus. I got patched up with my girlfriend. Oh, that's great. Great news. Congratulations for your patch up. Tanuji is saying Saturn Venus third. So what is the age for marriage? Well, Tanuji, please get a marriage consultation from an astrologer, okay? Because just by giving two, three placements, nobody can say, no astrologer can predict your age of marriage. You need to see your ascendant, your lagna, then seventh house, second house, 11th house, fifth house, ninth house. You need to check the navamsha, okay, and dashas, okay. So this information is not enough, unfortunately. Oh God, where are the messages? Ah, okay. Priyaji, where is it? Where is it? I missed it. Okay. Samarth Khanna is ji saying Namaste, Namaste Samarth ji. Filter 8 is asking why is Venus Shukracharya considered important in the path of moksha? Then, well, yes, Venus is not explicitly important, but it is important in a sense that you have to go beyond Venus, which is materialistic pleasure. The same pleasure has to be, I mean, you have to transcend Venus. Okay, so in that sense, it is important. Neelima ji is saying good evening, sir, from Noida, India. That's great. Great to see you, Neelima ji. From Noida, Dr. BHO is saying I have retrograde Saturn in Aquarius. Oh, okay. That's not bad. It can help you actually. Okay. Ketki ji saying hi. Ketki ji namaste. Suman Adak saying Saturn is a son of sun god. He's a god of Devta but Asuric in nature. Again, as I said, this is not like the Asur thing. Asura means one who makes you, in astrological context, one who makes you more conscious of the material reality, either through pleasure or through suffering. Okay. Namaste from Maharashtra, Ketki ji. Great to see you. Deepti Mohan is saying hi. Snehal Kadam is saying my Venus Jupiter is okay. Great combination for spiritual progress. But you need to be careful in not getting to some cheating guru. Okay, so try to find a bona fide guru, Snehal ji. That could help you. Priyaji is saying thank you, welcome Priyaji. Samarth Khannaji is saying I have Venus in Hasta and Saturn in trine to it. Oh, that's a very interesting placement because this can either help you in your married life or it can create some distress. Okay, depending on the chart. Srinivas Bharadwaj is saying I have Saturn retrograde and Atmakarka moon conjunction in Aquarius 6000 work. Okay, that is a peculiar conjunction. Saturn retrograde and Atmakaraka with moon. You need to be careful. Don't stay idle. Please do something or the other always. Okay. All right. Ketkiji is saying Mahadasha video is excellent. Thank you so much. Uh, where is it gone? Okay, Gaia Lia Nage. Okay. I hope I said it correctly. Hi, sir. I have a question. I've been practicing light work for years now. I just want to know why it is very difficult to get rid of family karmic energies, regardless of what I do and where. Well, of course, your family members are very karmically entangled with you, and you are also with them because your family members are your very intimate relationships from the past lifetimes. Okay, they could be your best friends, your worst enemies. Okay, so the people keep shuffling in between, all right, so so therefore try your best, do whatever is possible, and try to finish off the karma. Okay, don't create new karma or don't create bad karma. Okay, to whatever extent possible. Of course, it's easier said than done. Nobody can do it, including me, I mean, perfectly, but try your best. Okay, whatever you can do. Okay, Rockwell is saying my Venus Antardasha in Saturn Mahadasha is starting from next month, and I am also going to Sarasati. Lot of mental issues. Please watch my video on moon remedies. Okay, and wish you all the best. Okay, what is that? All right, so now you need to understand when this conjunction is there, then what happens is you may be tempted to do everything at once. Okay, now why this happens? Because when any planet comes in conjunction with Saturn, you start feeling you are not doing good enough in your life related to that planet. So now, depending on wherever Venus is, whichever houses Venus lords in your chart, depending on that, you will feel this pain and pressure. So if Venus is your 10th lord and it is now conjunct Saturn, you will suddenly feel, oh, I'm not doing good enough in my profession. Even if you are doing good, you will feel it inevitably. Okay, there's no compromise, there's no doubt on this. You will feel it. Okay, so if Venus is your 7th lord, you will feel your marriage is not very good. But here is the temptation: you cannot have everything at once. So therefore, when this conjunction occurs, you may be tempted to find faults with yourself and with others. So if Venus is your 7th lord, you may be severely tempted to find faults with you as a husband or wife, or with your husband or wife. Okay, because Saturn is like a poverty stricken person. So when Venus comes in contact, you feel like you have poverty in that area of life. Poverty in area of career, marriage, or whatever. Okay, so what happens when you have poverty? You try hard, you try very hard, you try very, 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 very hard, and then you may be successful or you may not be. Okay, depending on the dashas. So therefore, make sure that you don't give into this poverty thing. And now when you see poverty, then you will realize, now I need to put my guards up, I need to make the change in my life. You will feel this. Okay, so when you feel this, then what happens is you will realize that eventually, in the long run, not today, not tomorrow, in the long run, you will have to narrow down to one or two things. So if Venus is your 10th lord, then for the sake of the heavens, please stop learning 10 different things in your career, stop doing 10 different things. Please narrow down, please try to focus on one particular technology, one particular tool, or one particular skill. That will give you enormous gains. Similarly with marriage, if Venus is your 7th lord, you need to understand that there could be multiple reasons because of which your married life is bad. But you need to understand that you have to narrow it down. You have to find what is that one, or what are those two problems because of which this is happening. Okay, you really have to figure it out. Otherwise, the more you, so imagine a person, imagine there's a beggar. Saturn is actually the beggar. So imagine a beggar is going on, asking, begging around, 10 different places. He or she may not find anything. But if the beggar is sincere and sincerely begging, and knowing where to beg, how to beg, whom to beg, okay, then the beggar may receive something. Okay, but if you are just like, hovering around and creating rakas for others, you may not get anything. Okay, but when this conjunction occurs in the sky, you will be tempted, you will be severely tempted to do everything at once. Okay, so therefore, take it slow. This is a conjunction which can sometimes behave like a Saturn, or sorry, Mars Venus or Saturn Mars conjunction. Okay, so you need to take it slow, and you need to set your priorities right. Okay, so please set your priorities right, and once you do it, then you will see that you are getting tremendous results in some area of your life. Okay, so therefore, try your best, narrow down things, focus on one thing, not even to just one thing, and do it consistently for a long period of time. And don't punish yourself for not being able to do everything at once. You are not a superman, you are not a superwoman, you are not perfect, you cannot be perfect, neither can I be, nor can anybody be, because there is only one person who is perfect eternally, and that is none other than Lord Sri Ram. Okay, so apart from him, he's God himself, nobody can be perfect. Okay, so therefore we have to give up this desire for perfection. Okay, all right. Siddharth Bhatt ji is giving date, time, place of birth. I have requested this 1,000 times. Again, I'm doing this. Please, Siddharth ji, humble request. Please retract your comment. It is not good for you to keep sharing your birth details like this. There could be effect of negative energies and black magic could be done to you. So please remove this. You said you are not aware. That's perfectly fine. There's no problem, no issues, but please retract it. Thank you, you have retracted it. All right. Okay, so whoever has given birth details, please, my humble request, don't do it here, and please don't do it with other astrologers also, or even online anywhere random place, not good. Please don't do it. Please mat karo bhai, mat kar, please. कितना बार बोलूं मैं, मत कर भाई. All right. Where is this? Neeraj ji is asking remedy for debilitated Rahu Mahadasha. So, Rahu Mahadasha, debilitated. You may be tempted to cheat others, and that is what you have to control. Okay. A debilitated Rahu. Suppose your Rahu is in a great place, in a great house. So, you may be tempted to cheat others. Okay. Maybe it's like, especially if Rahu Mercury comes. So, then you have to resist that, and you have to understand that if you, even if you see history, like those kings and conquerors who lived by killing, murdering, plundering, and by cheating others, you can see what is going on. Okay. Like if you see India's history. Okay, if you take the Mahabharata, for example, 5,000 years back, you have Duryodhan's example. Even if you go to Treta Yuga, you have Ravan's example. Okay, so looting, cheating, murdering, and bullying, and raping other ladies, enjoying like that. So what happened? Your entire dynasty was wiped out. Okay, finished. Okay, then you see Duryodhan. What happened? He and his 100 brothers wiped out. Okay, then you come and see later on in India from 12th century, so many invaders, Islamic invaders, they came from Afghanistan and from that side. Invade, loot, destroy temples, kill Hindus, do this, do that, take all the gold, this, that, take everything and go. And where are they now? What's going on in their countries? You can see that. That's complete ruckus, chaos, and mayhem. Okay. So during Rahu Dasha, you can be tempted to bully others, to subdue others by wrong means. So please don't do that. This is a very big remedy, and to not do that itself is the remedy, because then otherwise some astrologer may tell you do graha shanti, do this or do that, but you have to bring that transformation inside. Okay. All right. Siddharth is saying thank you for the information. My pleasure. Welcome. New user 11 is saying I am ardent follower of your channel. Thank you so much, new user 11. I've been searching for answer for question. If you can help me, what happens if Lagna Lord is combust? Lagna Lord combustion can give you late success, but when it gives, it can give you a lot of success. Okay. So very, very, very important. Bikram Pathak is asking, hello sir, when will Saturn release his restriction in Venus when Venus conjunction in birth chart? Well, there is no typical age where Saturn kind of releases this restriction. It depends on the chart. So, for example, if it is with marriage, then when you have good dashas connected to second, seventh, or 11th in the chart, then you get married. Or if good time for career comes. So, Saturn Venus conjunction in the birth chart does not hinder you from getting success, but it can it can make the troubles seem like a lifelong suffering, okay, even though it is not. So for example, if a normal person has a breakup, then he or she will think, oh yeah, it's terrible, it's a breakup, it was horrible. But if a person who has Saturn Venus, that person has a breakup, then a person feels, oh, what is the use of my life? I will never get into relationship with other girl or man later on, whatever, and I will never be happy in life, okay. So this is what Saturn Venus or Saturn Moon does to you, okay. If you are neglected by somebody, you feel like your life is useless, okay, you feel like that. So if you have any planet which is conjunct Saturn in your birth chart, or if Saturn is aspecting a particular planet, you need to understand that you have to do spiritual practices and control your mind so that you not only see that negativity. Otherwise, this can put you in depression, okay. Reramji is saying how to see second marriage. Second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th, 100th marriage, the rule is the same. Whenever the second house, seventh house, 11th house gets activated in Dasha and Antardasha, then marriage can happen. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. New user one is saying, do you have any planned trips to Bangalore planned in future? Very eager to meet you. Well, Bangalore, not yet at the moment. This year, if I go to India, I will for sure visit Sri Ayodhya Dham, because the new Ram temple in Ram Janam Bhumi is built after 500-600 years of brutal oppression, and Ram Lalla is Virajman there. All right, so I will be visiting Ayodhya. I will try and try and try, although maybe it may not happen this year, but that is now on the top of my priority list. But yes, Bangalore, maybe I'll visit someday when I visit South India. It's been long, almost 10 years since I visited South India. So I want to complete Ayodhya and Banaras. I have already visited 2 times. Yeah, around maybe. But yes, I want to visit Ayodhya, and somebody is writing Dwarka. Yes, why not? Why not Dwarka also? Okay, but as you know, Saturn, Venus, limitations, right? Everybody has limitations. You have, I have, he has, she has, they have, we have limitations. So I wish I could visit all the places in one go, but that's not possible for me. I hope someday. But anyways, thank you for inviting me to Bangalore. I was in Bangalore, in Brookfield. I was working there in a company in 2014, and then I came to Germany after some time. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining. It was very inspiring, and Shivratri is also around the corner. Let me see, when is Shivratri? I saw the date, but I forgot. Shivratri 2024, 8th March. All right, 8th March to 9th March. Okay, okay. So, wish you a very, very happy Mahashivratri festival in advance, and this conjunction will take place. This conjunction would have already started by the time Shivratri is there on 7th. This conjunction is there, and next day there is Shivratri. All right. So pray to Lord Shiva for his blessings, not only for your material life but also for your spiritual life. He is known as Ashutosh, which means he fulfills all desires very quickly. All right. And he's also one of the 12 Mahajans, as the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Mahajano Yena Gatasa Panta. All right. So, for any problem related to Saturn, try to visualize Lord Shiva's image in your head. Why do I say this? Because if you see Lord Shiva, he's one of the name is he's Dhira. Okay, he's meditating, he's in trance, he's thinking of Lord Ram, as he says, Sri Ram Ram Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahastra Nama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanani. Okay, I'm meditating on the names of Lord Ram. Okay, Lord Shiva says this, and this is the only shloka which is there three times in the Vishnu Sahasranam. And then when so if you also chant the name of Lord Ram, you will also become Dhira like Shiva. And then all these petty things like, oh, I want everything, I have nothing, all these depressing thoughts will subside automatically, because the material world will gradually cease to exist, okay, for you. Now that does not mean you will become irresponsible and you will go to the forest, but it means that whatever happens, it won't bother you much, okay. And that is the only remedy that people should do in Kali Yuga, as the Yuga dharma for Kali Yuga is actually Harinam Sankirtan. So chanting the names of Lord Hari, Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, Vasudev, that is the only way for liberation, moksha, all right, mukti, for salvation, whatever you would like to call it. So therefore, if you want to be like Shiva, then please chant the name of Ram and pray to Lord Shiva, and I'm sure you will be blessed abundantly. And you can also pray to his great devotees like Nandi Maharaj. Okay, you can pray to his consort Devi Parvati, or you say Goddess Durga or Ma Kali, whoever you are inspired by. But at the end, you need to understand that you have to be less and less and less bothered about the material world and go back to the spiritual world for eternal life. All right. And this is what Saturn wants to teach us, that don't try so much to find happiness here. Try your best and leave the rest, and try to find happiness in spiritual wisdom. As the Vedanta Sutra says, what does it say? Raso Vai Saha. It says the absolute truth is the source of all pleasure. All right. Raso Vai Saha. All the pleasure of the universe. And that is the meaning of the word Ram. Ramante iti Rama. Source of all pleasure. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Jai Mahakal. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai 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 Mahakal. Jai Kashi Vishwanath. Jai Mahakaleshwar. All right. Thank you so much for joining, and Shubhratri. Good night.